Alrighty, good morning ladies and gentlemen, this is Harry Buppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. Going to be checking out an awesome game today between Maru up the top right side of the map. He is 17 years of age from South Korea, plays for the Jin Green Wings team. And his opponent, Soulkey, down the bottom left side of the map. He is 22 years of age from South Korea. Plays for the SK Telecom T1 team. And yeah, very, very awesome stuff going on in this game. Not too much happening so far. We've got a Marine. Actually built a Marine before the Reaper. Obviously wanted to do some very fast scouting with that Marine. Just to see where the bases are, I guess. Because there's two potential bases he could be going for. So yeah, the Marine going out, having a look. And the Reaper coming out, which is interesting. So the Marine didn't go all the way over to the other side of the base. So I don't know exactly how that Reaper knows where the base is going to be. I suppose what the Marine can do is he can go around, he can search around this area. If he sees an Overlord, then he's like, okay, that's the base. Because as you can see, the Overlord is this far from the main base. So it's got quite a bit of time. So if you go around, you search around that general area where the Marine was, and you see an Overlord, then you know which direction the very first Overlord came from. He didn't see an Overlord, so he assumed this base, and he was correct in that assumption. So yeah, very nice stuff. Got a factory coming out as well. It looks like it's going to be a bit of Hellion pressure as well. For now, it's just the Reaper going nuts. Although it's not... Oh, sorry, I was centered on that bloody rock thing. Oh, yeah, that's the problem when you do a mass select. You end up selecting the rock as well, and it does weird things to your follow mode. But Maru, so far, is surviving. And, well, his Reaper is surviving anyway. And he's looking pretty good. Got a couple of Marines up, got an early command center up. And, yeah, he's keeping a watch out, potentially for a third base. Something like that. He's decided one Reaper isn't going to be enough to do anything. Oh, double Queens chasing him away. Really, really fast. Decided to get a last shot in there before running off. But yeah, not a lot happening. A bunch of Lings actually coming in here. And they come out just in time to see the Hellions. So beautiful, beautiful timing there from Maru. And that Ling just had no chance at all. I think, did a worker go down there? No, I think that's the worker that survived. I think so, yeah. So yeah, 4 Lings, the only casualties so far in this game. But we do have a third base coming down. Yeah, my voice is going already. And yeah, we will see if Maru obviously doesn't feel like he has enough to go for that. Goes in to see the Queens. The Queens are blocking him off quite nicely. So yeah, Soulkey holding down the fort quite well. Don't think we've got further future Hellions. Yeah, it does look like we do. Keeps on pushing them out. And going to keep moving them out. And 6 Hellions have enough to potentially start knocking this back quite a bit, but he's not pushing them out on the map as fast as he can, maybe leaving them behind so he can do, I don't know, something. Just hits that a little bit and then runs off over here, maybe hoping to intercept something, but not really. I think he saw the Lings though. He's going to try and intercept them, and there they go. They are going to start to get roasted. So Soulkey, he's been doing very, very good defensively. Sending a few Lings across the map, though, and they've really been doing absolutely nothing in this game. But it's not a big thing. He is a big thing, though. 12 Roaches coming out. That is quite big. And, yeah, Maru doesn't really have much at the moment that's going to be able to deal with that. If you exclude the Banshee, which I don't think we can, because the Banshee can kill quite a few Roaches given enough time. And if the Roaches are out in the middle of the map, then, yeah... All Maru needs to do is keep an eye on where those Roaches are and get the Banshee over there ASAP. But here he goes, bought over his Marines as well. He's bought over his Banshee, switching these guys into Hellbat mode. Suddenly he's looking a lot more dangerous against units like the Roaches. The Banshee's going nuts, and yeah, the transition for these guys into Hellbats is definitely pretty huge. But the Roaches are coming out in force right now, and they're doing quite a bit of damage. The Queen goes down, and now the Roaches are undefended against air, but they're doing a great job against the Terran army as they're getting chased away. So there we go, Banshee doing a great job. Marines trying to hold on, but they are losing ground right here. And yeah, look at this stuff going on. So it's going to be interesting. The Banshees are definitely going to attack these roaches down, but how much damage can the roaches do before they are destroyed? That's the question. And oh god, we've got Banelings as well. Lifting up the supply depot wall is not going to help. Needs to get these guys into... Oh, he's got them in Hellion mode, so they got the extra range right now. But yeah, the Banshees just going nuts here. But their Banelings coming out. Can he micro the Banelings down? He's trying to. He's doing a pretty good job. But a gap is made in the wall nonetheless. And all of the Banelings did go down. Most of them to Banshee Fire. So that's really, really nice. The Roaches are going to get taken out by Hellbats and Marines here. And more Banshees and more Banelings coming on here. And, well, more Banelings anyway. And finally, it does manage to knock out the Zerg force. Take a few losses there. A few buildings going down. But in the end, managed to take it out. And the Banshees were absolutely phenomenal in that battle. 12 and 14 on the two main Banshees. So really, really great stuff. And it's just... I mean, in this sort of situation, the Banshee is no longer just a harassment unit like it is 99% of the time. But when your opponent's going mass roach, then Banshees can be the difference between life and death. And they definitely were the difference between life and death right there. So, yeah. They could potentially go in here. There is a Spore Crawler there, though. And there's got to be another one there. Yes, there is. So, through all this, Soulkey is now 100% prepared for Banshees. Is he prepared for Thors, though? That's the question. And Thors are coming out. He's going to sneak around. He can probably shoot this extractor down. But that's about it, I think. So it's going to slow down on the gas income. But... And might be able to snipe these queens, too, if they get a little bit too close. But not going to try for it. Just going to be pulling off. We've got a third base coming down for Mr. Maru. We've got a ton of Hellions coming out. Still looking good. And it does look like he is going into... full mech play. He's got level 1 weapons for his mech. Nothing for the Marines. So yeah, mech play is definitely looking like the way of this game. And the Queen is going to get sniped nice and fast. And the Banelings, I don't know how good they're going to be anymore. I mean, they're okay versus Hellbats. They're okay versus everything on the ground. But the Hellbats do have quite a bit of health, 135. They can soak up quite a bit of Baneling damage and still keep on tracking. So Banelings, I don't think they're quite the way to go anymore. Maybe Hydras are the way to go versus Hellbats. But then again, I just do not know. I mean, Hellbats do quite a lot of damage versus light units. So then how Hydras are light units. So if they get in nice and close, I'm not sure. I'm not sure versus mech what the Zerg player should be doing. It's an interesting conundrum. I haven't really seen any mech plays against Zerg all that much. I mean, mutas can be extremely good, and we are seeing mutas coming out in this game. The only problem is going to be Thors, but if you've got a serious amount of mutas, then you can sort of get around the Thors, just like do the magic box trick, fly on top of them, that sort of thing. He hasn't got anywhere near enough mutas to try and pull that off, though, but he's doing pretty good so far. Keeping it going. Did lose that third base, which is a huge deficit, but he is building a fourth base. And if he gets both of these up, then he is going to start looking good again. Worker count, Maru is absolutely exploded. And Soulkey has lost not even lost a fair amount of work. It's only lost 2, but he just hasn't been pushing as hard as Maru has. I guess he's had that third base for a lot longer. And the mutas being left pretty much free here to just do whatever they want. The missile turrets are not up yet. There's a Thor coming out that's going to attack them. But the mutas can easily take out this one Thor if they decide to, which it does look like they're going to. Meanwhile, the main army coming down. Banshees are being destroyed by the Spore Crawler, so he's really going all in. But the main force is going to be the Thors, and they're looking like they want to take out a lot of stuff. That's a lot of roaches there. Thors, I'm not sure what they could possibly do. The mutas still in control, back on the third base, killing a ton of workers. 19 have gone down, but 10 workers have gone down for Soulkey as well. Was it the other way around? No, that's right. And yeah, the Thors looking very, very strong here. The roaches have backed off. And yeah, against 4 Thors, I'm not sure what they could potentially do. It's going to be very, very difficult. And the Banshees doing their bit as well, and they're great against the roaches as well. And you got to remember, they get the level 1 upgrades as well for weapons. Thor's starting to look a little bit bedraggled, but in the end, Soulkey has to give the GG. His mutas just aren't strong enough to take out any buildings, it really knock anything back. I mean, all this time they didn't actually get the orbital down, and Thor's coming out for reinforcements just had more than enough to take these mutas out. I mean, a couple of Thors probably did go down, one Thor, as it happens. But, yeah, the Thors are just so strong in this game, just early on, and Soulkey just had nothing to throw at them, absolutely nothing. And, I mean, Thor's really a late game unit, so you need late game units to really deal with them, and Soulkey was just nowhere near having any sort of late game units. I mean, what could you really do? Neural Parasite, I think, is a major thing to throw against Thors. If you get enough Infestors, Neural Parasite, like 5 or 6 Thors, suddenly you're looking very good. What else? What else I can think of? I just do not know. Broodlords, but they're a very, very late game unit. I gotta think against Thors by themselves, Hydras would be extremely good. Lings, of course, exceptionally good against Thors, but the Hellbats usually come with the Thors, and yeah, so I mean, Soulkey probably should have thought about Lings at this point. I mean, he did have Ling speed, so yeah, Lings against mass Thors, I would say Lings probably pretty good to throw against them. Just a massive amount of Lings everywhere, and probably could have seen off the Thors, but yeah, I don't know. Maru had so much of an income lead at that point, and the mutas did chop it down quite a bit, but look at that, 69 still. He was still going absolutely nuts, and yeah, after Soulkey lost that third base, he was just in a bad spot and never quite recovered. So there we go, game done. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with some more Daily Masters action. Stay tuned.